Hi, everybody. It's Michael Leveris from JurisQ.com with an attorney who is a partner in the personal injury law firm of Gregory, Spektor and Associates, Matthew Sullivan. Matthew, thank you for being with us again. I keep on bringing you back to discuss various topics in construction accidents. Unfortunately, they happen and the injuries could be very serious, very grave. Want to make sure that people are compensated if somebody was responsible, somebody was negligent. So Matthew, what I want to ask you this time is, again, we're going to go back to basics, is what exactly are you asking for when you get injured? What can you get compensated for your time lost from injury? Can you please tell us where the money is and for what?
When you're injured on a construction site, you can be compensated not only for your pain and suffering, not only for the amount of time that you lost from work from the date of the incident, but for all your future earnings, all the money that you would have earned in the future, all those retirement benefits, all those union benefits. For many of our union clients, you can be compensated for all of those losses, which often results in the millions and millions of dollars.
What about if you have injuries and you have medical bills? Can you get compensated for that?
You can absolutely not only get compensated for your past medical bills, meaning money that you've come out of pocket or your insurance company has come out of pocket for to pay. You can also be compensated for the medical bills and lifetime of care, that you're expected to need as a result of your life-changing injuries.
Matthew, what about if, let's say you had a job where you had to use your physical force, however, from your injuries, you're no longer able to do the job you did before. So now you're getting paid less. Maybe you can work less hours. You can't pick up the heavy materials as you used to before. So they gave you a lower job. Can you get compensated for the business, for the loss of income?
Michael, you can absolutely be compensated for what we would call the diminution of earning capacity, or put it more plainly, the difference in the amount of money you were earning before the accident versus the lower amount of money that you're earning because the job that they are now reassigning you to do doesn't include overtime or doesn't include those benefits or isn't as strenuous and therefore not likely to pay as much.
Yeah, see, this is why we urge people, if God forbid they get injured at an accident, a construction accident, speak to an attorney as soon as possible, because you have to analyze all these factors, see what exactly can you get money for, so to make sure there's no money left on the table. We don't want to do that, right? We want to get to the client their full recovery.
Of course, and that's why, Michael, you not only need lawyers who understand the law, but you need lawyers who have relationships with expert witnesses, expert economists, expert rehabilitationists, expert life care planners who understand the mathematics of these losses and who can show up to a jury with us, show up to trial with us, and blackboard these millions and millions of dollars in losses. So that way, when a jury does award a worker millions of dollars in compensation, they have a good reason to, and juries love to do the right thing and compensate the injured worker.
Of course. I would say juries like the working men and women, right?
Absolutely, and they like wrapping their head around numbers. One of the most complicated things that we do is convince a jury what a broken shoulder is worth, what a surgically repaired back is worth. And it's difficult for a jury to understand that. What's easy for a jury to understand is if a laborer, a worker, a foreman was earning X before the accident, and now they're earning less than X, a jury is able to get that, and that can end up being a lot of money, especially when you factor in those pension benefits and other union benefits that are often afforded to construction workers.
I see. Matthew, you mentioned experts. That sounds expensive. Who pays for those experts?
At Gregory, Spektor and Associates, we front all of the litigation costs. That means we pay for the experts, and we only recover those costs at the end of the case. When we win the case, we understand that injured workers are already struggling to heal, struggling to continue to put food on the table. The last thing they need is another hand in their pocket, another bill to pay, another expert witness to put on the stand. That's not how we operate. At Gregory, Spektor and Associates, we front those costs and we only get paid when you get paid.
Very good. As a follow-up question, if you're suing the company you're working for, right, the general contractor or the developer, can you stay at your job while you're, once you're healed, you're able to go back, but the case goes on? Are you able to stay at your job, or you have to quit?
You can certainly stay at your job if you're physically able to.
Right.
In New York, you can't go after your employer directly because they afford you workers' compensation benefits. Those workers' compensation benefits include getting your medical bills paid for. If your medical treatment has concluded and the doctors say you can go back to work, then we understand how difficult it is and how important it is to put food on the table. You can go back to work, but bear in mind, when we go to trial, when we sue the developer or the construction manager or the general contractor, they will use that as evidence to say, you're not really that hurt, you came back to work. And so these are all factors that we have to consider when we make those decisions during the course of the litigation.
Matthew, but what happens if you want to go back to work, but your manager fires you because you have filed a lawsuit against them or against the developer, against JC? In fact, they retaliate against you. Have you seen such cases, and what happens then?
It's an unfortunate reality that these companies choose to retaliate and terminate employees and workers who have been injured just doing their day-to-day job.
Right.
If there's a retaliatory firing, that opens up a whole host of potential employment litigation matters that we can either assist with, or we work hand in hand with qualified, skilled employment lawyers who would be able to bring that separate cause of action against the employer.
Very good. So it sounds like you have to go to an attorney, get a consultation for free, because your firm provides free analysis of the case, free consultation, and then you're gonna know your rights. And it's important to document everything early, and the attorney, like Matthew Sullivan, will tell you what needs to be documented, what evidence you need to have, what evidence your attorney can find for you through different court processes, like discovery and so on. So you are in the best position to recover the most money for your case. Matthew Sullivan from the law firm of Gregory, Spektor Associates, thank you so much. This was always very interesting, very educational. And what we're trying to do here is not just to give you dry law, because that's boring. We're trying to make it interesting to educate you on your rights, so you know, so you are aware of what is going on prior to your case and during your case. So please follow us for more educational posts on legal topics, on Q&As with various attorneys. And please like our pages on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube. We're everywhere, so you can reach us, you can access us. And if you have any questions, either call Matthew Sullivan directly. We're going to give the phone number on the bottom of the screen, or you can post comments below this post on social media or what have you. Matthew Sullivan, thank you so much. And I'll see you very soon with more questions.
Really appreciate your time. Thank you.